How does he get out of this?
Communication. Try it one more time. Why not?
Yeah, I think Sammy's best play here would be to retreat and then actually just outrage for 30, using Firestarter to put another energy on the Typhlosion, and just go about it that way.
That's not a bad play. You really don't want a blue flare because then you go from 4 energies in play to 1.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't be even considered right now.
Yeah. So we'll see what he decides to do. I'm sure he knows exactly what to do here. So we'll leave it up to him.
Oh yeah. Now Jason must be thinking, how do I not screw this up?
Yeah.
How do I just secure this victory, which is obviously within my grasp? And my opponent has 1 Typhlosion in play that's probably going to die pretty soon, and a bunch of Cynicals with very little HP.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at this game, you might be thinking, wow, the burden's on Sammy to find a way out of this hole, but people underestimate how much it takes for a player to be in Jason's position and actually keep this lock going.
Exactly.
I mean, one little mistake and it could all be blown. Every little detail matters, and I'm sure he'll plan out everything, but if he drags up the wrong Pokemon, if he does one wrong attack, he could lose the whole game.
All right, and he just passes, I believe.
Okay.
He passes with the Typhlosion active. That's one way to go about it. He's going to be taking 20 damage from this Typhlosion. Now, if he had retreated, he would have lost 1 energy, but he would have not taken that extra damage because he would have only taken 10 damage instead of the 20 that he's going to take from the poison.
But yeah, this situation's kind of strange. Now Jason can just send up a Yanmega and knock out his only Typhlosion,
Exactly.
so...
Yeah,
I don't know.
obviously this is not good for Sammy.
Yeah.
But I believe he might have made a mistake right now and sacrificed a Typhlosion that he could have kept alive a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Now, granted, let's be serious. He probably didn't. The Typhlosion probably didn't have very much hope of staying alive for too much longer. But this, we'll have to see what this does for him.
Yeah. Right now, I would say Jason's in command. Yeah, he's played a judge. It's definitely Jason's game to lose at this point. I don't know what else to say.
No, neither do I. I do know that there have been 3 draw supporters taken out of Sammy's deck, 2 Junipers and a Sage. So those are, those are pretty important for him right now, especially considering that he has no Ninetales once again.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of puzzling to me that he didn't play down his Vulpix. Maybe the Ninetales was prized, so he didn't want to bother. I think Ninetales would just help tremendously in this situation where you have no access to communication. But hey, he probably knows better than me.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Now Sammy's thinking. He's contemplating what he can do, what he can't do. And meanwhile, Jason sends up that Yanmega and will undoubtedly knock out the Typhlosion. So with no Typhlosions in play, and...
Now, it's interesting to note, in every game that we've watched Jason play, I think, except the first one against Full Up, I know he plays 4 Twins in his deck.
Really?
Yeah, and once again, he's taken the first prize, so he's really got 4 dead cards in his deck again, but making the right play. I mean, you can't pass up the Typhlosion knockout.
Oh, no doubt about it. But that's kind of interesting because, there's that blue flare for the knockout on the Yanmega. That's kind of interesting because I see that Ross had a very similar deck with 4 Twins, with a 4 Twins engine. Does that mean that any type of Vileplume deck has to include 4 Twins in it right now?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's just super strong to be able to respond to a knockout with Twins for Rare Candy and a Vileplume. I mean, if you don't get that Vileplume out immediately, you're in some trouble. So Twins is just the perfect card to do it. Usually Vileplume decks are pretty slow, so you're going to fall behind initially, but the Trainer Lock allows you to climb back into the game. So Twins is just a natural addition.
And the fact that you have more energies in your deck, the fact that you really do build your deck around having no trainers in the deck, so you're not going to be stuck there with 4+ powers and reversals and Junkrums and stuff like that, and your opponent will be.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see how the rest of the game plays out. As you'll see on the table, we have the prizes laid out. So
yeah, you can kind of see some of them. There are some pretty good prizes here. There's a Nintendo DSi, I believe, and there is a black and white booster box, a lot of rare sleeves and deck boxes, playmat, and
you can't forget our one-of-a-kind Top Cut Invitational trophy.
I was saving that for last. There's only one of these made in the world, my friends.
This is true.
And one of these two players is going to own it.
Yeah, we'll see which one takes it home. Looks like Jason's the front runner right now, but we've seen Sami make a comeback before. We'll see if he can do it again.
Wow. Sami is sitting there shuffling his hand, looking at that communication, looking at it, trying to turn it into a supporter somehow. I guarantee you that if he could, he would turn it into a supporter right now.
Yeah, I'm sure he would also play it if he could.
And you know what else is interesting? Sami lost a similar deck earlier today.
Did he?
Ross did eliminate him from competition.
Yeah, looks like Vileplume's just giving him all sorts of nightmares.
Poor guy. I hope he doesn't hear this because he's not going to be sleeping well tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Vileplume is a very strong card. It's just the weakness lies with the Oddish. If you can actually evolve it and get it into play, it's very, very strong. But Oddish is such a liability with the 40 hit points. It's so easy to knock out that if you don't get it into play, usually your deck revolves around the strategy of having Vileplume. So it's sort of a risk.
Oh, no doubt about it. But that's what the twins are for. So, and actually, that's what this Sunflora is for too.
Yeah. So looks like Jason's just playing energy on different things. I guess
he's not trying. He's just trying not to screw up. That's his only goal.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he could power up Mew to use Muck's second attack at some point.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, I don't know. What do you think he should do in this situation?
Sami?
Jason.
Okay, Jason. I just started attacking the restaurant.
Would you?
My opponent's in trouble. My opponent is on the ropes. I don't want to give him turns to draw out of the situation.
Yeah, I don't mind Jason's play here either. He dragged up a Cyndaquil, which in Sami's strange energy predicament, that might not be bad either.
No, I mean, either way, really, he's going to have control here.
Yeah.
However, just you deal, say, I believe the restaurant has what, like 20 on it or something like that? 10. So you deal, I just deal 70. Deal 70. You deal 100 back to me, fine. Be my guest.
Something interesting he could do is actually drag up the Reshiram again and poison and confuse it.
Exactly. And then at that point, you can do the linear attack and then set it up for the Sonic Boom later on.
Yeah, now, something I'm noticing is Jason doesn't have another Yanma in play, so maybe the reason he didn't attack for 70 is that he just doesn't have another Yanma in his deck.
Too prized?
Could be.
Well, even then, I mean, your Yanmega's not going to get knocked out. Your opponent has to attach an energy, first of all, to even outrage. And second of all, he's not going to be able to, really do much after that.
Yeah.
And even then, let's assume that two Yanmas are prized.
Yeah.
You still have Muse to be able to... Oh, wow.
And it looks like he plays down 2 more Reshirams, and Juniper is away a pretty solid hand, but, I mean, he has to do it.
Yeah, at this point, he needs a Kulava in play. There's a Vulpix coming down, and really, I'm just looking for the Kulava here if I'm him.
And if I'm Jason here, I'm licking my chops looking at that field.
Oh, yeah.
I mean...
Let me tell you.
He's got 2 Reshirams out there with no energy. I mean, this is just exactly what he wants to see.
Do you know what's for dinner tonight?
What?
Cooked bird, my friend. Cooked bird. All those Reshirams, they're in trouble, man.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to that. That was just bad.
That was a good joke. That was a good joke. I'm getting the thumbs up here. I thought it was funny. You just have no sense of humor.
Yeah, maybe that's it. So, I mean, Sami obviously doesn't want to scoop. He's in the finals, but it's looking bad.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't scoop either, you have nothing to gain by scooping. You're still in the game. Your opponent can still mess up. And you can still, draw a Kulava and get back in this.
And you can see Sami's still joking around. He's not taking this too seriously, but...
Oh, no. I guarantee you he is. He's just... He's got a very good sense of humor, and he's not trying to let it affect him.
Yeah, I mean, Sami's a very good-natured guy. He's always joking around. I mean, very, very competitive person. He loves to win. He's one of the best in the world, but he also has a very good attitude about the game. He doesn't take losses too hard, and he's just out here to have fun.
Yeah, well, you also didn't have him crying on your shoulder after he lost to Ross tonight, earlier today.
I mean, he's still a competitor, but
Yes, there's a Quilava in play, my friend.
yes, there sure is. I mean, it's about time he got one.
Well, to be fair, there was only one left in the deck.
Yeah. So we still have only one energy in play. It looks like Sammy wanted to read the muck.
I would too. That thing looks pretty broken to me right now.
So Jason's just gonna hit something for 40, probably the Quilava, and Cyndaquil will get knocked out from poison.
Yeah, which is still fine. At this point, I think you just activate the Rojano with the energy.
Yeah, in this spot, you just really don't have much to do.
No, absolutely not. You need to hope that the Quilava has how much damage on it right now?
40. Yeah.
Gulp.
Unless he plays like that unknown that here's status conditions, I don't know if he has much of a shot here.
There's a Typhlosion.
Yep. Even if he does Blue Flare for a knockout here, he's got a Typhlosion with no energy on it, ready to get dragged up.
There's a Typhlosion. I don't know, man. If there was ever any hope, it involved a Typhlosion, and he's got it.
But one Typhlosion at this point, it's not going to be enough. He needs two. I mean, that's the whole thing about Typhlosion. You can get one in play. It's not always good enough. Once you start getting two out, that's when the deck really hits its stride. But until you get to that point, it's just not as strong.
Oh yeah. At this point, I think I just attach energy to Typhlosion and pass. I really do.
Well, I mean, no matter what he does, I think he's in a tough spot.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean, I don't doubt that either. But you need to figure out a way to try to win here. I mean, if you're gonna scoop, you're gonna scoop. But if you're not, then find the best possible play.
Yeah, and I'm sure he will.
And he decides that the best possible play is an afterburner onto the active instead.
So he'll probably attach energy, I would hope. The other thing that could help him was maybe if he ran double colorless, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't. So
yeah, and actually, we just saw Yanma come into play for Jason last turn. Does that mean that he took it off a prize, maybe?
Could be. I mean,
likely.
I don't know. So he does have another Yanma. He'll have another Yanmega out shortly. So he'll have attackers for the rest of the game. Even has a Mew with 3 energy on it, ready to use Pester.
Well, maybe Yanmega's prize. You never know. If the Yanmega's prize, that he might actually not be in the worst shape in the world.
But yeah, Sammy just outrages the Yanmega, puts it at 70 damage. And, I mean, Jason could attack the Reshiram and be fine, I think.
Oh, yeah. I think so, too. But we have to find another way out for him. We need to, well, at least Sammy himself needs to find another way out because currently it's not looking very good.
Yeah, what's going to happen is maybe Jason keeps dragging out the Typhlosion, and you just get into a spot where he puts